ไม่ได้ยินเหรอไม่ได้ยิน
I can now listen you teacher
ดอพ่องอ่ะโดน
ก็นั่นแหละ
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes.
yes
Yes.
I can hear you
What? Sorry. Can you hear me now?
yes yes I can hear
Okay. All right. At the we have finished this activity, right? The first one, right? We did applying the past simple question into a sentences, making questions, right? Well, today we are going to learn about how to describe an animal. So, everyone, let's take out your activity book and turn to page 65. Okay, page 65. On the top of the page, you will see what on screen, right? This is a simple explanation about the animal's features, right? For the first one, it says, it's a mammal, right? What does mammal means? Mammal. Mammal is an animal that is feed their young with breast milk. Okay, they have a special glands. You cannot say they, we should say we, because human also a mammal. Okay, so they feed the young with the breast milk in the female. Next one, it says it eats worms and roots. That's a third person, right? So this one is the verb tense agreement, add in s. Okay, this one, it's got 4 legs. So can anyone tell me that it's got, what is it short for? What is it short for? 1, it is got. Or 2, it has got. Which one? Which one is correct? From this sentence. Yes, this one, it has got. This one is wrong. Okay, so it has got. But however, it's a bird. It's short for it is a bird. Okay. Next one, it's got a big beak and strong claws. It's short for, oops. It is also short for it has got a big beak. You know what is beak? Beak. Yes,
mouth.
it's a part of the bird's mouth. That is called a beak, right? Used to, pick up the seeds or something that really hard for a human can eat. They use their beak to eat it, to, break it down. And strong claws, you know what is claw, right? Claw. This one, it says, it's black and white. This one, it lives in gardens and woods. What does woods means? Woods. What does woods means? Wait, have you done this part? You've done this part, right? Oh yeah, you did. You haven't. What does woods means? What does it mean?
Forest.
Right, forest, not a wood logs, okay, woods with the S. If it's just wood, that means, you know, that the stems that come from the tree, right, wood. But if it's woods with the S, that means forest, means a lot of trees in there, that is why. Okay, now on the exercise number 1, look at your picture and my picture on the screen. That's different, right? But we still got 4 animals, right? So in your book, on a deer picture, they put number 1 there, correct? I would like you to erase number 1 off in the box. Take it off right now because this listening is not according to your book. It's according to my screen. We're gonna scratch off A, B, C, D as well. I'm not gonna use that. I'm just gonna focus on only animals pictures. Okay, and in your book, in the deer picture, there is number 1 there, right? I want you to erase number 1 off before we start listening. Understand? Do you understand? Yes?
Yes.
Can anyone translation for your friends? Please translate to your friends. Just in case someone don't know in Thai, can someone want to volunteer and explain it in Thai for me, please? No? Okay, I'll take it as a yes that you understand then. Okay, I'm gonna play twice, so please listen carefully.
Listening 2.41. Listen and number. Number 1.
It's a bird. It's got brown feathers and a big beak. It lives in mountains and woods, and it eats small birds and animals.
Number 2.
It's a bird. It's grey and white. It lives in woods, and it lives in towns and cities too. It eats fruit and seeds and lots of other things, like food in rubbish bins.
Number 3.
It's a mammal. It's brown. It's got lots of sharp spines. It's got small eyes and very short legs. It lives in woods and in gardens. It eats worms and snails, and it likes roots and fruit too.
Number 4.
It's a mammal. It's light brown with white spots. It's got long legs and a short tail. It lives in woods. It eats grass and leaves.
Okay. One more time, okay? Just focusing on the animal's picture, not A, B, C, or D, and not even number 1 in your book is correct, all right? This one is just an old version, but your book is the updated one, so I haven't changed it yet. I couldn't find the audio that would change it with it, okay? So here we go, one more time.
Listening 2.41. Listen and number. Number 1.
It's a bird. It's got brown feathers and a big beak. It lives in mountains and woods, and it eats small birds and animals.
Number 2.
It's a bird. It's grey and white. It lives in woods, and it lives in towns and cities too. It eats fruit and seeds and lots of other things, like food in rubbish bins.
Number 3.
It's a mammal. It's brown. It's got lots of sharp spines. It's got small eyes and very short legs. It lives in woods and in gardens. It eats worms and snails, and it likes roots and fruit too.
Number 4.
It's a mammal. It's light brown with white spots. It's got long legs and a short tail. It lives in woods. It eats grass and leaves.
Right. So, which animals that they're talking about? Number 1, which animal they're talking about for number 1? Hawk, right? What about number 2? Do you know number 2 they're talking about?
Pigeon.
Yes, a pigeon. And number 3, what is number 3?
Hedgehog.
Very good. It is a hedgehog. So that makes the last one is a deer. Okay. I will take a wild guess while some of you never listen. You might get confused because this one is quite a lot of talking. So now that you know the answer, I would like you to listen to it one more time. Look at the picture in your book, right? In your book. You write number 1 at the hawk, right? Look at the hawk and then listen to the descriptions of each animal one more time, okay?
Listening 2.41. Listen and number. Number 1.
It's a bird. It's got brown feathers and a big beak. It lives in mountains and woods, and it eats small birds and animals.
Number 2.
It's a bird. It's grey and white. It lives in woods, and it lives in towns and cities too. It eats fruit and seeds and lots of other things, like food in rubbish bins.
Number 3.
It's a mammal. It's brown. It's got lots of sharp spines. It's got small eyes and very short legs. It lives in woods and in gardens. It eats worms and snails, and it likes roots and fruit too.
Number 4.
It's a mammal. It's light brown with white spots. It's got long legs and a short tail. It lives in woods. It eats grass and leaves.
Right, so I hope you get more understanding. Now let's move on to the activity 2. Activity 2, it say take the correct descriptions, right? The first one, they're talking about the hedgehog. Okay, the hedgehog. The appearance, okay, appearance means what they look like, okay, what they look like. Habitats, do you know what that means? That's where the animals live, right? It's their home. And food is what they eat. Okay, also the pigeon. You will have to listen to the hedgehog and the pigeon. All right, ready? And you have to choose, right? The first one, it's already ticked out for you, which is, it says, appearance of the hedgehog, it's brown with sharp spines, right? The sharp thingy, they call it sharp spines. Now, please listen carefully.
Listening 2.42. Now listen and check. A hedgehog.
It's a mammal. It's brown. It's got lots of sharp spines. It's got small eyes and very short legs. It lives in woods and in gardens. It eats worms and snails, and it likes roots and fruit too.
A pigeon.
It's a bird. It's grey and white. It lives in woods, and it lives in towns and cities too. It eats fruit and seeds and lots of other things, like food in rubbish bins.
Okay. One more time. Okay, let's hear it one more time then.
Listening 2.42. Now listen and check. A hedgehog.
It's a mammal. It's brown. It's got lots of sharp spines. It's got small eyes and very short legs. It lives in woods and in gardens. It eats worms and snails, and it likes roots and fruit too.
A pigeon.
It's a bird. It's grey and white. It lives in woods, and it lives in towns and cities too. It eats fruit and seeds and lots of other things, like food in rubbish bins.
Okay. The hedgehog. Where do they live for the hedgehog?
Wood and garden.
Wood and garden.
Very good. Woods and gardens. What about food?
Worm, snail, root, and fruit.
root, and fruit.
Good. Worms, snails, roots, and fruit. Pigeon. What are they
Gray
looking?
and white.
Gray and white.
Gray and white. Habitats. Where do they live?
Mountain and
Wood,
wood.
cow, and
Cow.
city.
Yes, woods, towns, and cities. Okay. What about food? What do they eat?
Fruit, seed, food in rabbit bin.
Rubbish bin.
Yes. Sometimes they go through the food that we left in the rubbish bins. These are called the city birds. All right, for the last exercise of today, I'd like you to unmute the mic and repeat. Listen and repeat.
Listening 2.43. Listen and repeat. It's a mammal.
It's a mammal.
It's a mammal.
Yes, it's a mammal.
It's red or grey.
It's red, or gray.
Red, or gray.
It's got a big tail.
It's got a big tail.
Good.
It lives in trees.
It lives
in trees.
Good. Okay, so today we have finished the lesson 2, right? Talking about the
It's got a big tail.
right, talking about the animals, we can describe them. We know how to use the verb tense agreement when we're talking about the third person, right? We added the s to verb, and we know how to use it's got or it just it's, right? It's got means it's possessing something. It's got 4 legs. That means it has 4 legs. Understand? Has got, I think it's a British way. Has got. It's the same equally to has. Has got is the British way of saying it, and has is American way to say it. I think, or it's just twisted around. I'm not sure anymore. Let me check. Has got or has. It doesn't say anything. Right, I'm correct. I am correct. Has got, that's British way, and has is the North American way to say it. Okay. So, do you have any question? Do you have any questions of the exercise today?
No.
Right. So, no homework today. And tomorrow, get ready for the story of the unit, which is on lesson 3. I would like you to read it ahead. That would help you too, because there are some vocabularies that you need to study before the class tomorrow. So if you could study in advance for tomorrow, that would be great. Okay. All right. If there isn't any questions, I'm gonna leave you here and have a great day, guys. Have a great evening. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye. Bye.